Bird is the word here on Spanish Fork 17 today. We have the Salem Hills Skyhawks in to play the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Both teams pretty high up in the 5A Region 8 standings. Both teams sitting at 8 wins on the season. Maple Mountain at 8-3, Salem Hills at 8-5. Maple Mountain thus far undefeated in region play, tied with Skyville currently for the lead. Salem Hills right underneath them at 4-1. So this is a major Region 8 game here already in the 2019-2020 season as we get the tip-off here, and it is gathered in by Salem Hills, and we are off and rolling here on this one on Spanish Fork 17. And Salem Hills, a very dangerous team here up against Maple Mountain, able to get their own rebound, tries to get it back up, goes with the left hand, and it is a scrum down there, but Salem Hills comes up with it, and they're going to get the and one bucket there. A fantastic finish by Kiana Vaitoe. The first points of the game for both teams, so 2-0 here with 7:40 into the first quarter. That's going to be off the front iron, but rebounded nicely, throws it up. So an unsuccessful putback there by Brooke Vance, one of the leading scorers and rebounders in Region 8. Maple Mountain with their first possession here on offense. Obviously, they're pretty well balanced attack, but led by their sophomore point guard, Sheridan Liggett, who currently has the ball there at the elbow. She's going to give it up to Lexi Owens, who has that one roll in and out, but is rebounded and put back up. Nice job there to follow that particular shot is Kenley Nelson. So her first 2 points of the game. 2-2 tie here. Swings it over to the corner. There's a 3-ball. That is going to be strong and rebounded by Liggett. Transition opportunity potentially here for the Golden Eagles. They instead decide to take it a little slower. Lexi Owens with it at the top. She is going to swing it over to Kate Bailey. Gets it over to Liggett. Liggett thought about taking the jumper there, instead gets it into the post. Little mid-range jump shot there for Skylar Dennison. It is off, but cleaning up the mess once again is Kenley Nelson. 4 points for her in this young game thus far. So 4-2 here, Maple Mountain with the early lead over the Skyhawks of Salem Hills. Driving into the lane, up with the right hand, unable to finish there though, was Brooke Vance. Trying to get it back up, trying to draw the foul was Megan Mosier. In transition, nice little jumper there. It goes off the iron, rebounded by Vance. Now up the court with it, Haley Oldroyd. She swings it to Savannah Gustin. There's going to be a foul down low. That foul is going to be on Nelson. So her first of the game and first foul of the game here. Thus far, a pretty clean game. 5:43 left here in the first quarter. Score is 4-2, so a little slow going on the offensive side of things. Salem Hills to inbound it. Nice little baseline jumper there, and it goes down. Score now 4-4 with 5:30 left. Liggett with it up top. She's going to swing it to Dennison. It gets into Nelson, makes a nice little move, goes up to the left hand. It is unsuccessful, so Oldroyd trying to push it up the court. Up with the left hand and a little too strong there. They're going to kick it out to the wing. That 3-ball goes off the rim and rebounded by Kate Bailey. Bailey pushes up, she gets it into Dennison. Oh, nice little pass there, finds an open I believe that was Kate Bailey on the make there. So 6-4, Maple Mountain over Salem Hills. 3-ball. That one rims out. Unfortunate. Nice look there for Haley Oldroyd. Liggett with the ball. Dennison tries to drive. She's going to kick it over to Nelson. And there's going to be a foul. That foul is on Brooke Vance. So first team foul for Salem Hills. Substitution time here for Golden Eagles. Heather Badger comes into the game. Looks like Brianna Farnsworth also in the game for the Golden Eagles. So Golden Eagles have a pretty tight rotation and really don't have any specific person that they really go to, as that one ends up going off the rim. They have 4 players that average right around 8 to 10 points a game, and so a really very balanced Golden Eagles attack on offense. Nice little dribble penetration into the key, takes the mid-range jumper, it goes off. And then a long one there, and it is rebounded by Maple Mountain. Pushing it up there was Dennison. She's gonna stop it there, gets it over to Owens. Owens to Liggett. Back over to Kaylee Radford, her first action in the game. So Radford and Badger in there. Trying to get that one up, but there is gonna be a foul. Badger draws the foul there. That is going to be on Emma Willis. Second team foul for the Skyhawks. And it will put Maple Mountain at the free throw line. And that one is in. Good looking free throw there by Heather Badger. She's able to get the second one as well. 2 points for her on the game. Score now 8-4 here in the first quarter. Skyhawks with the ball. Maggie Mosier gives it up. And that is going to be off the rim and rebounded by Owens. Owens over to Liggett. He's going to take the mid-range jumper, and it is going to rattle around the rim and go in. First 2 points for Sheridan Liggett. Liggett, only a sophomore, but really is a key part of the Golden Eagles offense. Averages around 10 points a game and is also their point guard, so initiates most of the offense as well. A bit of an errant pass there and a transition opportunity here for the Golden Eagles. Gets stripped away, but it will stay on Maple Mountain side of the ball. Nice defense there in transition by the Skyhawks. Vaitoe comes out for the Golden Eagle, for the Skyhawks. Liggett with the little jumper, and 4 points there. 2 straight shots for Sheridan Liggett. Score now 12-4, so getting now an 8-point lead over the Skyhawks. Oh, nice move down low there by Kiana Vaitoe. So she actually just subbed back in, so that is her 4th point of the game. So 2 made buckets there for her, and we are right back in transition here for the Skyhawks. Up with the right hand, this one off, but cleaned up very nicely there by Brooke Vance. There's a timeout there by the Golden Eagles, trying to stop this little mini run here by the Skyhawks as they were able to get out in transition a couple times. And so probably a good timeout here to get things cooled off. Gives us an opportunity to talk a little bit about some of our key players here in this game. Over on the Golden Eagles side of it, we've talked a little bit already about Sheridan Liggett. 10.5 points a game for her on average. Also has 2.5 steals a game on average, so certainly a key player for the Golden Eagles. Another name to really know is Kenley Nelson, who's one of their main post players. Also averages 10 points a game at 10.2. Also brings in 8.8 rebounds a game, so really a key factor on the boards for the Golden Eagles. On the other side of things for the Skyhawks, it's really they have 2 players that are so key to their success. Brooke Vance averaging 15.7 points a game, as that one is going to be off the Skyhawks, so will stay Golden Eagles possession. The other player is Kiana Vaitoe, who already has 4 points in this game and is really just a good slasher and gets most of her buckets off of assists. Into the corner there, dribbling it out of bounds, so that will be a turnover. It will be Skyhawks ball. Dribbling that was Kate Bailey. So 12-8 here with 2:13 left in the first quarter, so only a 4-point lead here for the Golden Eagles. Expected this one to be a close one, as both teams are right at the top of Region 8 standings. And in fact, Salem Hills is ranked a little bit higher in the RPI due to their strength of schedule. So both teams, though, still vying for as close as they can, obviously, to getting a Region 8 championship, and both are definitely in that conversation. Substitution time here for the Golden Eagles. Coming back into the game is Heather Badger. Nice little mid-range jumper there off the front iron, though, but rebounded. Tries to get it back up. Couple of nice offensive rebound and put-back opportunities there for the Skyhawks. Cuts this deficit now down to 2. Nice job there by Savannah Gustin to get that back up, and we are back out in transition once again here for the Skyhawks, moving fast and furiously on these turnovers. Gets it in, nice move down low, just barely off there. Fantastic move there from Brooke Vance, just didn't quite get the finish. And that is going to be a charge. Pretty easy call there for the refs, as Liggett had her left arm out there. That's the 3rd team foul for the Golden Eagles. Ball now for the Skyhawks. Oldroyd swings it over to the corner. That is going to be poked loose away from Emma Willis. Ball will stay here on the Skyhawks side of the court. So 1:05 left here, 12-10 score, so 2-point lead for the Golden Eagles over the Skyhawks. Again, big Region 8 game here with both teams really having such a strong start to the season. It's going to be a jump ball. Nice hustle play there by Kaylee Radford to force the jump ball, and with the possession arrow on the Golden Eagles side of things, they will get the ball here. Radford with it. Kick it to Bailey, who then kicks it right back to Lexi Owens. Errant pass there, and it is going to be stolen. Nice job there by Vi Tahoe. Gets it to Brooke Vance. And that is going to be a foul down low. That one on Heather Badger, 5th team foul for the Golden Eagles. So they are creeping close here to bonus territory. Oh, nice inbounds play and great finish there by Brooke Vance. This thing all tied up here at 12 here near the end of the first quarter. 24 ticks left on the clock. Owens with it for the Golden Eagles. Trying to initiate their offense here. Nice job here by the Skyhawks. Nice swarming zone defense. Puts up a shot. It is going to be rebounded and then blocked. Nice job there by the Skyhawks to end that possession. Got a couple seconds here to try and get something up. And that is going to be an air ball, but a nice little heave there at the end of the quarter. So just as advertised, a fantastic first quarter here on Spanish Fork 17. This thing is all tied up at 12. Again, it's the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Salem Hill Skyhawks. Will get you the second quarter of action when we come back on Spanish Fork 17. Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. This is second quarter of today's action against. It is the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles up against the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Again, this thing all tied up after the first quarter. Really a balanced attack from both teams. Fairly clean game for the most part. 5 team fouls, though, on Maple Mountain, so certainly in danger of getting in the bonus pretty quickly here in the second quarter. Salem Hills with the ball here. That is Vance, who gives it up to Vaitoe. Back over to her, back into Vance. Finds the easy read out of the double team. Goes for the corner 3. Unfortunately, that is going to rim out. So transition opportunity here for Maple Mountain, and they are going to call Liggett on the travel. So turnover there on the first possession of the second quarter for the Golden Eagles. Been a fun game thus far. Really just been a nice back and forth. Maple Mountain at one point was up by 8, but a late surge there by the Skyhawks of Salem Hills, getting this thing super close as they get an entry pass into Vance. Oh, absolutely beautiful feed into Vitoe, just unable to finish it there. Good eyes by Vance to see her open. Corner three opportunity, she passes it up. Liggett with it on the wing, she'll give it up to Owens. Owens over to Dennison. Dennison sees a wide open three-point shot, and it goes down. Fantastic shot there by Kate Bailey. 5 points on the game for the senior guard. 15-12 here with just over 6.5 minutes left. Double team for Vance. She dribbles right through it and goes up and in. Nice job there. Nice, beautiful move there from Brooke Vance. 6 points on the game for her. Liggett passes it in. Oh, nice block. They are going to call a foul, though. To me, it looked like it was pretty clean, but they're going to call the foul on Emma Willis. That is her second foul and 13th foul. Obviously a shooting foul there, so we'll put Maple Mountain on the line as that one goes in. It's Kate Bailey at the line, so 6 points for her on the game. Kate Bailey, another one of those key parts of the Golden Eagles offense. That one is going to rim out. Averages right around 8 points a game, so definitely was part of the scouting report here for the Golden Eagles. Almost getting the steal there was Lexi Owens. It is in the corner for Oldroyd. She makes a move on Liggett. Open three. That is going to be off the back iron and rebounded by not Owens, by Kenley Nelson. Trying to get Liggett over in the corner. Nice active hands there by Haley Oldroyd. Kira Muir coming into the game for the Skyhawks. So 5:43 left here in the first half. Nelson with it. She's going to kick it back out to Dennison. Dennison with the three ball. Dennison with a fantastic shot from the corner. Extends the Golden Eagles lead to 5. Oldroyd with it for the Skyhawks. Into Vance. Looked like there may have been something down low, but they do not call it. Liggett with it at the elbow. She gets it over to Dennison in the corner. Lexi Owens. That one is going to be just a bit too strong. Rebound goes to the Skyhawks. Maggie Mosier with it. Kicks it over to the corner to Vitoe, and that is going to be a charge. First foul on Vitoe, and fourth one for the Skyhawks. Badger coming back in the game as well as Radford. So Owens, Liggett, Badger, Dennison, and Radford on the court for the Golden Eagles. Again, score here 19-14 with just under 5 minutes left here in the first half. Radford with it. Gives it back up to Liggett. Trying to find position down low is Badger. Able to get her a touch there in the paint. There's a foul. Foul on Vitoe, her second. So 5 team fouls now for each team at this point. Maple Mountain to inbound. They will get it into Owens, who gives it to Radford. Radford over to Liggett. Bailey with it. A nice pass into Badger. 4 points on the game for Heather Badger. And some quick, furious potential offense there for the Skyhawks, but knocked away, so it will stay on Salem Hill's side of the court. It'll be Oldroyd to inbound. She will get it into Vance. Vance with the drive and stolen by Radford. Nice active hands, transition opportunity up with the left and in. Able to get the steal and the finish. Nice job there by Kaylee Radford. Score now 23-14, the largest lead of the game here for the Golden Eagles at 9. Vance up, unable to finish, and then taps it out. Golden Eagles thus far doing a pretty good job on defense of slowing down Vance. She has 6 points, but they've been pretty contested looks thus far, and have also done a pretty good job on Vaitoe as well. Kicking it over to Radford in the corner. She will try to post it up. Instead, she gives it up to Bailey. Liggett with it up top. Tries to split through the double team. Draws the foul. That one on Oldroyd. That's her first, and is the 6th team foul. One away from being in the bonus at this point. Good inbounds pass to Badger. Badger then gives it up to Lexi Owens. Her first 2 points of the game. Double-digit lead now for the Golden Eagles at 25-14. 3:15 left in this one. A 3-ball. That is going to be off, but rebounded up with the right hand. Good finish there by Kira Muir. Her first bucket of the game. 25-16 with just over 3 minutes left here. Radford to Bailey. Bailey over to Owens. Owens will kick it over to Liggett. Liggett looking for that entry pass into Badger. Instead, they go around the horn. This one off the front iron. Decent look there by Kate Bailey, but it does not go down. Dennison coming back into the game. Looks like Liggett will take a quick breather here. Oldroyd with the ball for the Skyhawks. Again, score 25-16, 2:40 left here in the first half. Maple Mountain really has used this second quarter to establish a pretty good lead here in this key Region 8 matchup. They find Vance down low, up, and this one off the front iron, and it is going to be rebounded. Nice hustle play there by Lexi Owens to get to that rebound. Open 3, and down. Fantastic shot by Skylar Dennison. That is going to be a timeout for the Skyhawks. Certainly no stranger to raining from 3. Dennison had herself a pretty decent game in the Golden Eagles' last matchup. It was a nail biter between them and Wasatch, but really the main source of offense was Skylar Dennison bombing from 3 in that game, and she was 3 for 7 in that game, good for a 43% there from deep. So certainly, like I said, a big part of this Golden Eagles offense. When she gets rolling from beyond the arc, it really makes things easier for Nelson down low and opens up lanes for Liggett and others. So certainly something that was talked about in the timeout for the Skyhawks is what they can do to limit the damage of Dennison from that 3-point line. Just over 2 minutes left here, 28-16. Once again down low to Vance. This one will once again roll off, just having a hard time finding buckets down low, getting good looks there, but just none of them seem to be falling lately for Vance. There's going to be a tie-up, and wow, fantastic defense there for the Skyhawks. Vance up with the left hand. This one goes down. 8 points for Brooke Vance. Leading scorer for the Skyhawks, and for the most part has been held in check, but not from lack of decent shots, as there's been a lot of open looks there in the post. Another 3-ball, and it is down. It is raining from 3 for the Golden Eagles. This one off the hands of Kate Bailey. 9 points in the game for her. So 31-18 with 1:10 left here in the first half. The Skyhawks looking to just cut into this deficit, and they are able to answer with a 3 of their own. This one off the hands of Savannah Gustin. 5 points for her. In the corner is Radford for the Golden Eagles. She will give it up. Another 3-ball, This one going to be off the front iron. Certainly felt like a bit of a heat check. That one was off for Lexi Owens. Left hand just barely doesn't find its way down. Corner 3, and it is down. My goodness. Skylar Dennison. 3 threes in this game to match what she did in their game against Wasatch, but this only in just the first half of this one. Down low, Vance, and she's going to be fouled. It's going to be Lexi Owens on the call. The 6th team foul for the Golden Eagles. But only 16 seconds left here in the second half, and you got to think that was a pretty good foul in the sense of Vance definitely had the size there on Owens, as that is the first free throw that goes down, so 9 points on the game for Vance. And Vance averaging just over 15 points a game to go along with just over 8 rebounds a game, so definitely one of the best players here in Region 8 and really all of Class 5A for that point. 10 seconds left here for the Golden Eagles as the Salem Hills contingent was crying for a travel there, and they probably had a case there. But it is going to be nothing doing as Maple Mountain not able to do anything with it, and then just not able to come up with any kind of shot there at the end was the Skyhawks. So that is going to be the end of the first half here. Score 34-22 here at Maple Mountain High School. Again, is the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles up against the Salem Hills Skyhawks. We will get you the second half of action when we come back on Spanish Fork 17. Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17 and the second half of our game here between the Salem Hills Skyhawks and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. The score 34-22, a commanding 12-point lead here for the Golden Eagles. A home game here in Region 8 play. Both teams sitting right up near the top of the conference. Maple Mountain still undefeated in region play, and Salem Hills at 4-1. Both teams sitting at 8 wins on the season as well, an 8-3 record for Maple Mountain and 8-5 for the Salem Hills Skyhawks. And thus far, it has been a fairly contested one up until the second quarter, where really Maple Mountain was able to assert itself on offense and really get things rolling, mainly from the three-point line, as Kate Bailey and Skylar Dennison were bombing there near the end of the second half. So second half now underway here for this one. Salem Hills with it. It's Oldroyd. She's going to kick it to Vaitoe. 3 ball here. That one is going to be just a bit strong and rebounded by Liggett. Trying to push the action a little bit, but now they're going to calm it down. Thought about taking the 3 there, pulls it up instead, gets it to Bailey. Bailey over to Owens, back to Liggett in the corner. Has it stripped away there for 2 seconds, but able to recover. Owens drives at the elbow. Nice little jump shot there, but it is going to be off and rebounded by Salem Hills. Quick opportunity there for Brooke Vance, now in double digits for the Skyhawks at 11 points. Their leading scorer really has been everything that I expected that she was going to be in this game. Even has missed a couple shots that I thought that she would get down low. Able to get out of the double team there. Liggett with the jumper is going to be off, rebounded by Nelson, and then stripped away by Savannah Gustin. Vaitoe with it, drives in the lane, kicks it over. Clean look there for Gustin. It's going to be off the back iron and rebounded as they're trying to get some calls there, as the Salem Hills coach a little upset there. Liggett with the drive. That is going to be off and rebounded by Vaitoe. 34-24 here. Salem Hills trying to move fast. Oldroyd for 3. It is in. My apologies. That is Maggie Mosier. First 3-pointer of the game, and a quick timeout here for Maple Mountain. Some easy buckets here right at the beginning for Salem Hills has cut the deficit down to 7 here early on in the second half. So good time for coach to talk things over and hopefully shore up the transition defense, as it's really been just getting out quick has been the key thing here in the third quarter for Salem Hills, just getting out into their offense as quick as possible and looking for those open shots, whether it be a look for Vance down low or, as you just saw there, a wide open 3 from the wing for Maggie Mosier. So we're getting out of the timeout here. We'll see what adjustments Maple Mountain is going to make on defense to try to slow this mini run here that's happening for the Skyhawks to start off the third quarter, really looking like they're getting set into their offense. The key really for the Golden Eagles has been trying to stop Brooke Vance, and so they've been setting many double teams towards her, but she's done a good job of passing out of it and then just getting things around the horn and finding open shots. Now for them on offense, on the other hand, it's really the Golden Eagles have gone a little bit away from what was working for them, which was just finding open looks from the three-point line. Liggett with it on the wing. She tries to get it into Nelson, and it is stolen away by Vance. Once again, things are rolling here for the Skyhawks. Open corner three here for Mosier. Off the front iron and rebounded by the Golden Eagles. That's Kate Bailey on the rebound. Working it up fast into Nelson. Nelson double teamed real quick. There's going to be a foul on the floor. Looks like this one is
Fouls on the Skyhawks, number 33, Oldroyd, first team foul.
going to be the second foul on Haley Oldroyd. Long inbound pass there into Liggett. She will give it up to Dennison. Dennison then giving it up to Owens over in the corner. But it is now once again another turnover here for the Skyhawks. Oldroyd picks up the dribble, gets it into Vance. Nice up with the left hand. 13 points for Vance. On a much better percentage here in the second half. Oh, great find there, but unable to finish. Again, pushing things in transition here are the Skyhawks, really just whipping this thing real fast. Nice open look there for Gustin. She bangs it down. 7 points for Savannah Gustin, and this thing has now gotten real competitive once again. 34-31 with 4:50 left in this one. Left in the third quarter, my apologies, not total, of course. Open three, that one's off the front iron. Solid look there, though, for Kate Bailey. And once again, super fast offense. Mosier up. There's going to be a foul. That one is going to be on Savannah Gustin. Her first of the game, second team foul here in the half. So Maple Mountain just kind of hanging on to dear life here as the third quarter has really belonged to the Skyhawks thus far. Golden Eagles trying to find any kind of answer that they can get on offense. Dennison with it over in the corner, poked loose. They are going to say it is Golden Eagles ball. Good defense there by Gustin to poke it away. Porter to inbound it here for the Golden Eagles. They get with it up top. She will give to Radford. Radford will give to Dennison, who goes in down low to Badger. Badger with just a couple more steps than is allowed. So travel there. Turnover by the Golden Eagles. Nice job there by the Skyhawks to double her up as there was really nowhere for her to go. Oldroyd with it. And that is going to be a double dribble. So back-to-back sloppy turnovers by both teams. There is 4:09 left here in the third quarter. Again, score 34-31, so just a three-point advantage here for the Golden Eagles as the Skyhawks have cut the deficit down by 9 since the start of the second half. He tries to get an entry pass in there to Badger, and nice defense there by the Skyhawks. And once again, trying to push the action. They'll get it into Vance, up with the left hand, and down. Vance looking a lot more comfortable here in the second half than she did in the first. Buckets are really starting to pour for her. 15 on the game. Liggett. And that is going to be off and rebounded by Vance. 1 point lead here for the Golden Eagles in jeopardy. Vittori with the little runner doesn't go down, but grabs her own rebound. Scrum down low. As eventually somebody, Sheridan Liggett, able to get it for the Golden Eagles up, but unable to finish, and there is going to be a foul. What a crazy sequence there as several players were on the floor over over on the other side of the court. Eventually gets into the hands of Liggett, who then gets it over to Kate Bailey, who draws the foul and gets herself to the free throw line. Third team foul of the half for the Skyhawks. Muir coming into the game for Oldroyd for the Skyhawks. Able to hit home the second one there is Kate Bailey, so the first Golden Eagle in double digits at 10. Score 35-33, so 2-point game here with just over 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Vitoria over to the corner. Vance with it. She's going to take the mid-range jumper, and it goes down. Just looking so much better than she did in the first half. Brooke Vance now with 17 points on a very efficient clip here in the second half of the game. That is stolen away. Nice job there by Maggie Mosier to get the steal. Once again, getting it up the court. Vance, and it is down. Been an absolute scoring machine here in the second half. The Skyhawks now with the 2-point lead, and that is going to be a timeout for the Golden Eagles, as the points have come fast and quick here for the Skyhawks. They have reclaimed the lead here after being down by 12 to start the second half here. The Skyhawks now with the 2-point lead, really on the back of this just furious offense that's been led by Brooke Vance, who's had several just easy buckets down low, which honestly I'm surprised that she missed as many as she did in the first half. Felt like she had some fairly clean looks, but now really that Skyhawks offense is rolling, and so Maple Mountain just trying to figure out what it is they need to do on defense to slow down this fast and furious attack here by the Skyhawks. And also for the Golden Eagles on offense, it's what can they do to get their shooters rolling. It's just been ice cold from pretty much everywhere on the floor thus far here in the second half. You'd like to see them get some open looks for Skylar Dennison and for Kate Bailey, and to look for opportunities for Sheridan Liggett to drive to the basket and to reestablish Nelson down low, as she's really had a hard time getting any decent looks down low, as she's been having to play one-on-one with Brooke Vance all day. Liggett with it up top for the Golden Eagles. She will give it up. Radford now with it. It's Dennison, my apologies. Liggett now with the ball. Nelson calls for it, but they will instead just give it to Radford, try to reset things. Nelson will come up for the screen. Nice little lefty layup there from Kaylee Radford. Nice job of reading the pick and roll defense there. Goes up with the left hand and gets an easy bucket. Ties this ball game up at 37 with 1:50 left in the third quarter. Vitoy with the drive, runner, right hand off the back iron, and rebounded by Nelson, and the foul by Mosier down low.
Fouls on the Skyhawks, number 23, Moser, her fourth team foul.
First foul on Mosier and fourth team foul in the half here. No fouls thus far on Maple Mountain, so an early advantage there for the Golden Eagles. Trying to find an open Nelson. Instead, the hands of Vance knock it down, and that's going to be a jump ball. Nice job to get her hands up in the passing lane and force that jump ball. Possession arrow to the Golden Eagles. Up at the top there is Radford. Dennison will swing it to Bailey. Back over to Radford, back over to Dennison. Trying to just find any kind of open lane there. There's a mid-range jumper there from Bailey, rebounded by Nelson, and then stripped away. Stripped away there by Brooke Vance, causing the jump ball. Possession arrow to the Skyhawks. Owens will come into the game for Bailey. And this thing is all tied up here at 37 with just over a minute left here in the third quarter. A furious run here in the third by the Skyhawks really has made this one an interesting one, as it looked for a while that Maple Mountain could potentially run away with this one. Instead, it's been the running offense of the Skyhawks, led by none other than Brooke Vance, who now is at the free throw line, that has really gotten the Skyhawks back into this one and made this as exciting of a Region 8 game as there's been thus far this season. Vance gets the nice shooter's touch there. 20 points on the game for the leading scorer for the Skyhawks. Her average coming into this one, 15.7 points a game, so certainly clearing that and really showing that she is such a good player and like one of the best here in not only Region 8, but all of Class 5A here in Utah. Score now 39-37, 2-point lead here for the Skyhawks. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Liggett trying to get it into Nelson. But nice active hands once again by the Skyhawks, knocking it out of bounds. Golden Eagles really have struggled with their inbounds plays. Have usually had to go to their outlet person. Vaitoi leaves it a little bit short, but gets the rebound. Just over 30 seconds left. Vance with the three. That is going to be just a bit off. Rebounded by the Golden Eagles. Dennison thought about pushing it instead. Gives it up. Is Liggett over there in the corner. And another travel on Sheridan Liggett. And she's pleading her case over there with the refs, saying that she was still pivoting at that point. 19 ticks left on the clock here. 2-point advantage for the Skyhawks. Vaitoi with it on the wing. She will drive right down the middle, and that is going to be a foul. Foul is going to be on Nelson. That's her third of the game. Eight seconds left here for the Skyhawks to do something, and Brooke Vance is the one that ends up open. But there's going to be a foul away from the ball, and it is going to be Golden Eagles with 6.5 seconds left here in the third quarter to try to do something to tie this ball game up. Radford for three, off the backboard, and almost goes down. Decent look there right at the end of the quarter, but does not fall in. So what a crazy third quarter here as the Skyhawks come roaring back in this one. The score now 39-37, a 2-point lead for the Salem Hill Skyhawks over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. We'll get you the fourth quarter of action when we come back on Spanish Fork 17. Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17 and the fourth quarter of today's action. It's the Salem Hill Skyhawks up against the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Golden Eagles starting with it here in the fourth quarter. The score 39-37, a 2-point lead here for the Skyhawks, who were down by 12 going into the second half, but just came fast and furious in the third quarter and has been able to take the lead here going into the fourth. Maple Mountain on possession here. That's Lexi Owens, who then kicks it over to Dennison. Owens with it up top, off the front iron, and rebounded by Vaitoi. Oldroyd with the ball for the Skyhawks. She gets it into Vance in the corner. Gives it back up to Vaitoi. Muir with it. She gives it back over to Vaitoi, who has size advantage, goes up with the left hand, and it is off. Again, the Skyhawks coach pleading for the foul and will not get it. What was going to be a nice drive there for Radford instead is called for a travel. That has been a key part of the turnovers here for the Golden Eagles, as Liggett and Radford both have had multiple traveling violations in this game. Moore with it. She gives it over to Vance in the corner. Vance double teamed, and she's going to dribble right through it. Unable to get it off the back iron. Liggett with it for the Golden Eagles. She will push it. She goes up and draws the foul. It's Vaitoi. That's her third foul. 15th foul for the Skyhawks. It will put Liggett on the line. Liggett with a quieter game by her terms. Only 4 points on the game thus far for her. Usually she averages around 10 each game as that one goes down. So they've done a good job. The Skyhawks have done a great job of clogging up the lanes and really making it so she's not able to get to the rim. So that one is going to be good as well. So 6 points on the game for her. Ties this thing up at 39. Nice drive there by the Skyhawks, and that is going to be a travel, as Lexi Owens does a good job of tying the ball up there on Muir. 6.5 left in the fourth quarter. Radford to Owens. Owens over to Liggett. Nelson calls for the screen. And it goes just over her hands. Going to be another turnover by the Golden Eagles. Kate Bailey will come into the game for the Golden Eagles. Has 10 points on the game. Has a couple of key three-pointers in this one. Really, it's been odd to see that the Golden Eagles have not been able to create more open threes in this one, which they really used to perfection in the third quarter. Vance with it was going to go up. Instead, kicks it back out to Gustin. Gustin off the back iron and rebounded by the Golden Eagles. Liggett with it, trying to push it. Instead, they will slow it down a bit. Owens with it in the corner. Back over to Liggett. Little give and go there between her and Nelson. Thankfully, they were able to recover that one. Owens with it in the corner. What looked like an open three opportunity, passed up. Instead, they go for the corner three, and that one is going to be off by Radford. Pushing the action once again is the Skyhawks. Vance from the elbow. That one is going to be off and rebounded by Liggett. Up the court, Nelson. This one just rolls out. Unfortunate break there for the Golden Eagles. Would have put them up in this one. Oh, good entry pass. And finds its way down. Emma Willis with her first bucket of the game. 41-39 with just over 5 minutes left here in this one. Swinging in around the horn. Eventually ends up in the hands of Liggett. Little pick and roll action there is defended very nicely by Brooke Vance. Vance with the right hand up and down. 22 points for Brooke Vance. She has been so phenomenal in this one, particularly again in the second half, just has looked so confident in her shots. 4-point lead here for the Skyhawks. Liggett in the lane and draws the foul. Foul is on Muir, her first. 6th foul of the half here for the Skyhawks. Liggett with an opportunity to cut the lead in half at the free throw line. And that one is off the back iron, a rare miss by Liggett, one of the premier free throw shooters in not only, again, the region, but all of Class 5A. At one point, she had, from what I remember correctly, a streak of 15 straight free throws that she hit. So certainly, as I said, one of the better free throw shooters, as that one just magically finds its way down, bounces all around the rim. And she's going to take a quick breather here after making that. So 7 points on the game for Sheridan Liggett. Score now 43-40, a 3-point lead here for the Skyhawks. Into Vance, through the double team, up. Just a little too strong on that, as Golden Eagles trying to push the action. Owens losing the handle down to the floor, somehow gets it away. Crazy sequence there for the Golden Eagles. Dennison to Bailey. Bailey now giving it to Owens. Owens up and down. Key bucket there for Maple Mountain. Only 4 points on the game thus far for Lexi Owens. Has been quieted pretty well here by the Skyhawks. But with a key bucket there, draws the deficit now only down to 1. Vance in the corner. It is going to be off the front iron. And that is going to be an over the back by Emma Willis. That is her 3rd foul of the game, and it is 7. So we are in the bonus now for the Golden Eagles. So an opportunity here for Kate Bailey to not only tie this thing up, but potentially could put the Golden Eagles back up in front. The second half has been an absolute roller coaster for Maple Mountain, and they were in for the ride of their lives for most of that third, with a just running and gunning Skyhawks offense getting themselves back into the game, led by their leading scorer, Brooke Vance. As Kate Owens goes 1 for 2. Kate Bailey, my apologies, goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line there, so 11 points for her. Vance passes out of it, but not before she travels. There's been quite a few of those in this game as key players Nelson and Liggett substitute back in for the Golden Eagles, hoping to close this thing out here on their home court and stay undefeated here in Region A play, but the Skyhawks giving them all they can handle in this one. Liggett with it up top. She will give to Dennison, who gives to Radford, who then gives to Owens, and what do you know, another traveling call. Really been one of the key storylines in this game, as both teams have had, mainly it's been an issue with it, refs saying that they've picked up their pivot foot before they actually start with their dribble. Something that can be worked on and coached through, of course, but it's still difficult at the high school level. Nice little move there by Maggie Mosier, and then we'll get her to the free throw line. That's the fourth foul on Kenley Nelson, so in danger of getting a fifth one and really putting Maple Mountain in a bit of hot water. And this thing all tied up here at 43 with 2:58 left, and Mosier with an opportunity to give the Skyhawks the lead. That one is going to be off the front iron. Mosier with 3 points on the game. One of the starters for the Skyhawks. Big rebound there by Nelson. They're going to say it is off of Salem Hills, much to the chagrin of many of their players. Maple Mountain with possession here. That's Lexi Owens. Bailey with it, over to Owens. Owens with a potential open look there, just maybe wasn't aware of it. Ends up passing it back up around the horn. Liggett with it. She will give to Dennison. Dennison into Bailey. She will drive, kick it back out. 3 ball. That is going to be just a bit strong and rebounded there by the Skyhawks. That was Savannah Gustin. Vaitoi with the drive and the foul. Big play there for the Skyhawks as their second leading scorer comes through in a big moment for them. It's Kiana Vaitoi, who for the most part, honestly, has been pretty quiet in this one. Only her 6th point of the game on that bucket. That one off the front iron and rebounded by Liggett, so damage able to be a little bit controlled there. Bailey over to Radford. Radford back to Liggett. She will get it into Nelson. Nelson goes up with the right hand, just a bit too strong. Nice rebound there by Skylar Dennison. And she puts that up. Dennison, once again, a key source of offense here for the Golden Eagles. 11 points on the game. This thing is all tied up at 45. Skyhawks have Oldroyd. Oldroyd gives to Gustin, who gives to Vance, who then gives back to Gustin over in the corner. Oldroyd. Vance calls for it down low. She gets it. Easy bucket. That has been there all day for Brooke Vance. Just a nice, quick, easy move. Goes up with the right hand and banks it in. 24 points for her. Liggett with the answer from 3. Sheridan Liggett now in double digits for the Golden Eagles. 10 points gives them a 1-point lead with just 1:10 left in this ball game. Foul there on Liggett. That's her 3rd foul of the game. 5 team fouls here in the half, so still 2 fouls away from the bonus at this point. Golden Eagles nursing a 1-point lead here with just over 1 minute left in this ball game. Really, it's been a fun and exciting game. This second half has been a game of runs, as there's a runner by Vitoe, and it finds its way down. 8 points on the game for Vitoe. Vitoe usually in double digits for the Skyhawks, averages 12.7 a game. So a little bit off of her averages as there's a timeout on the floor here. Now a 1 point lead here for the Skyhawks. And again, this has been exactly as advertised. Both of these teams, this is a matchup between essentially the tied for first team in Maple Mountain and what would essentially be the second place team in the Salem Hills Skyhawks. And it has been just a fun one. It's been a game of clear advantages, as Salem Hills with the clear advantage down low with Brooke Vance, who's been absolutely sensational in this game. 24 points, tons of rebounds, really has been a force down low. Along with her, Savannah Gustin and Emma Willis really have a lot of size, and that has really affected mostly Kenley Nelson, who is a double-digit points per game type player for Golden Eagles. She's been held to 4 points and already has 4 fouls. Really has not been able to get things going. But for the Golden Eagles, their outside shooting, on the other hand, has been pretty good. Skylar Dennison with 3 threes, Kate Bailey with 2. So certainly they have the firepower on the outside to be able to keep things going, and it's just been a fun one. It's been a fun one here. Golden Eagles were up by 12 after the first half. The Skyhawks just came flying in the third quarter, and by the beginning of the fourth, we're up by 2, and then it's just been back and forth here in this fourth. 50 seconds left here in the ball game. Maple Mountain with possession and down by 1. Radford gives to Liggett, who gives to Owens. Liggett in the corner now. Dennison over to Radford, back to Owens. Owens drives, gets caught up between the twin towers of Salem Hills. There's going to be a timeout on the floor. Good timeout there for the Golden Eagles, as that was definitely going to be a turnover. So get things reset, inbound the ball here with 27.5 seconds left in the ball game. Just looking for a clean look around the basket. You would think that you're going to work off of the game of Sheridan Liggett and Kenley Nelson. That's usually their main source of offense, is a pick and roll between those two. But unfortunately for the Golden Eagles, the Skyhawks have done so well at defending that, as Brooke Vance has been so good at reading what it is that the offense is doing and has had very active hands, has made sure to deny Kenley Nelson good looks. And it's evident that she only has 4 points in this one. For the Skyhawks, it's trying to get the rebound here, and then it's at that point probably looking at free throws and making sure that you can hit those to ice this game and get a huge victory here against Maple Mountain. It would put them in a tie with them in second place in the region. Both would have 1 loss at that point. For Maple Mountain, it's just getting a good look here with this potentially last possession of the ball game. Send these fans home away happy and continue that win streak in region play. Not only in region play, but this team has won 8 straight at this point. If they could get this one and get to 9 straight, it would be just extremely impressive. 20 seconds left here in the game. Liggett over in the corner is Dennison. She tries to get it into Owens, and it is stolen away by Muir, as they are going to have to foul here, and they foul Vance with 8.8 seconds left. The foul will be on Radford, as that is an unfortunate break there as they've got to go make sure to foul again, as they were not yet in the bonus at that point. Still had a foul to give. So they foul Vitoe, who will go to the line here. .3 seconds left here. A 1 point lead for the Skyhawks, and Vitoe at the line, trying to ice this game away. It is going to be off, but rebounded and put back up. And it just sits there on the rim for a long time. Liggett loses handle of the ball, hucks it up. And they're going to call her on a travel. with half a second left. Just kind of a crazy time to call a foul there at that point, call a travel, as he was just hucking the ball up there at the end of the game. There will be a bit of discussion here between the refs, as Maple Mountain's coach quite indignant at what just happened on the court. As of right now, half a second left. It looks like the Skyhawks will come away this one, the victor stealing away a road game here and getting themselves tied up with Maple Mountain in Region 8. Both will be sitting at 5-1 in their region record, and this would be a huge win, of course, for their RPI as well. They already were just a smidgen ahead of Maple Mountain at this point, but this would be a very, very big win for Salem Hills and their program. For Maple Mountain, this is a hard-fought, this will most likely end up as a hard-fought loss, and it more stinging because it being on your home court. It will end an 8-game win streak, which they fought so hard to keep even in their last game, had to hold on to a nail biter against Wasatch. So they will put 2.3 seconds back on the clock, so enough time for them to potentially do something here. It will be a side out. So we'll see what Maple Mountain can do here with that time. So the timeout there called after the travel, so it will be Salem Hills ball. And Maple Mountain will be forced to foul. And the hope then is that they're able to somehow get the ball back, get it up quickly enough the court to tie this ball game up. Well, actually, at this point, it would be for the win. And they're actually going to say it's Maple Mountain ball. And there's a timeout here by Salem Hills to discuss their defense. Looks like the timeout was called before the travel foul. The timeout was called before the traveling violation was called. And so, yes, it will be Maple Mountain ball here with 2.3 seconds. Salem Hills now with a timeout to discuss their defense, as all they need to do is just essentially keep Maple Mountain from scoring here in the next 2.3 seconds, which you would think is an easy task, but this is basketball. You never know what's going to happen. I've definitely seen crazier things. I've seen crazier things happen in this very court. So certainly Maple Mountain is not down and out in this one. 2.3 seconds, enough time to get the ball in, maybe make a pass or two, and get a shot off. So Gustin and Vance will be tasked with keeping the lid on the hoop over there for the Skyhawks. And for the Golden Eagles, it's just trying to find any kind of clean open look that they can get here with 2.3 seconds. Radford to inbound. She will get it into Liggett. Liggett goes up and just barely misses, a little too strong on that last second heave. So it will be Salem Hills that will come away with this huge Region 8 victory, able to go on the road and take a game away from the Golden Eagles. They will tie themselves up here in region play, both at 5-1. And this was an absolutely fun, super fun ball game to be a part of and to watch. Maple Mountain looked like they could have potentially run away with this one, as they were up by 12 at the end of the first half, but then just a furious third quarter by the Skyhawks, led mostly by Brooke Vance, was able to get them back in this ball game, and then just this back and forth in the fourth quarter, and eventually just enough plays were made for Salem Hills to come away with the victory. Our MVP sports of the game definitely goes to Brooke Vance, 24 points on the ball game, just had so many good, easy looks down low. Not only was she good on offense, but she put the clamps down on Kenley Nelson, usually a double-digit scorer for the Golden Eagles. Only had 4 points on the game, so really just a key factor on both ends of the floor. Brooke Vance, your MVP sports of the game, and we are going to wrap it up with that. Again, the score for this one being in favor of the Salem Hills Skyhawks for our Spanish Fork 17 crew. I am Andrew LaRose. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Spanish Fork 17.